If you're a Chicago Bulls fan, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What up, everybody? It's your boy STG, and before we begin this video and talk about Zach Lavine and everything else, I'm asking y'all, we started a brand new channel and I really need your support. We are literally 150 subscribers exactly away from hitting the 1K subscriber mark, and I know some of y'all sub to the brand new channel, but I need everybody who's watching this video, Team STG, to support and subscribe to the new channel. You're asking, where's Sub been? Yo, Sub has been on this new channel and we are growing it, bro. Some of the videos are blowing up and I need y'all to support, dog, because we are growing this family, STG Hoops, to a new level. So the link is in the bio. Just click on it, subscribe. You can literally subscribe as you're watching this video if you're watching this on your phone, but I think together we can hit that 150 goal to get us to that 1K today. So if you haven't done that, it would mean the world. Team STG, y'all are my MVPs, and we got to get some STG representation on that new channel, because a lot of the new fellas don't know what we've done or what we do up in here. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. My humble appeal before we now get even more depressing and talk about the state of the Chicago Bulls. If you're a Bulls fan, bro, I can't even be excited. Like, I can't even be like, the Bulls! Like, I can't. Why? Because maybe I can. Why? Because we're primed to this. If you're a Bulls fan, you are primed to this. There's very few franchises in the league that allows an individual, or franchises in the league that's given individuals an opportunity to be as used to this compared to others. You know what I'm saying? For example, Portland. Portland is one that comes to mind. You're primed for it. You're primed for disappointment. You're primed for that stuff, right? Why? Losing Greg Monroe, losing Brandon Roy, losing Dame, etc., etc., etc. It's not easy. It's hard. It's tough, man. It's tough. The Chicago Bulls, we are primed for it. Now, maybe in the 90s, you definitely were not primed for it. You were primed for straight up winning championships. Six rings in 10 years, dog. But in this past 10, 12 years, just primed and primed and primed for trials and disappointments and hardships. Starting obviously with, even pre-Derrick Rose, we weren't doing nothing. And then obviously Derrick Rose, my MVP, losing D Rose multiple times, and so happy he's still in the league. But that was a very, very tough situation because he brought Chicago back, right? You lose him, then you get Jimmy Butler, who's literally won the championship, twice now? And now you lose Jimmy Butler, right? You lose Lauri Markkanen, right? You miss out on getting LeBron during the decision. He goes to Miami, which ends up literally defeating every single person in the Eastern Conference, the Raptors, the Bulls, etc., every single season. You get Zach Lavine, which is amazing, and he started playing really well, and then he had his own injuries that he had to deal with. And then you give us a glimmer of hope, which we haven't had as Bulls fans in years, which is the acquiring of Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, Vucevic to accompany Zach Lavine and company. And unfortunately, Lonzo Ball ends up missing 2 years, bro. That glimmer of hope, we were the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and this team of 4 were just vibing, bro. And now Lonzo goes out for 2 years. Maybe he's coming back next year. I don't even know. And DeMar isn't getting any younger. And now Zach Lavine, who got the max deal, is out for this season. Honestly, the only glimmer of hope we have is Kobe White. I gotta give that shout out. Most improved player in the league for sure. He has to be, bro. He's killing it, dude. If you don't have stock in Kobe White, get stock in Kobe White. Look at what this brother's been doing. The Bulls don't get talked about a lot, naturally so. Kobe White is up there, bro. If the Bulls were, top seed, he'd be an all-star. Just saying it out there. P.S. Trae Young should be an all-star. Another video, another topic. Trae Young, I'm putting you in here because you deserve to be. Now, get out of this because you don't deserve to be in this conversation, because it's really depressing. I don't know what the Bulls are doing. This is a raw video. If Team STG, y'all already know, we don't script this. I don't even know what I'm going to say, dog. Like, I'm just all over the place, man, because Zach Lavine's name has been in the trade block and then out of the trade block. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? Let Zach just go to a contender. Let's just rebuild, bro. We've been doing this experiment for how many years? It ain't working, dog. It ain't working. Even if it does work, is this experiment gonna get us out of the East? Is this experiment, even if everybody's healthy, is it gonna get us past a super stacked Milwaukee Bucks squad? Is it gonna get us past a super stacked Boston Celtics squad, dude? Such a super stacked squad. I know the Lakers beat them, but they still stack, bro. Is it gonna get us past these teams? Honestly, tell me, bro. Is it? I don't know. And then that's if we're super healthy. Now we're not healthy. What are we gonna do, bro? Like, so some part of me was like, yo, trade Zach Lavine. You know, I love my man Zach. I rock with Zach, but you let him compete for a contender. Let us get some young assets in a pick and kind of start this, you know, brand new phase around Kobe White and Ayo, you know, Patrick Williams, etc., who are just really showing a lot of promise. And then Zach Lavine comes back from his injury a couple weeks ago, and he's helping the Bulls win. I'm like, yo, this is a brand new Zach Lavine. He's not being selfish. He's passing. He's taking his shots. He's driving. He's making the extra pass. He's playing defense. I'm like, wow, okay, now Kobe White, Zach, and DeMar, and of course Vooch, we got a solid squad coming up in here. And then Zach Lavine gets injured again. And when he was out, you know, initially it was just going to be a couple weeks, and then we heard that the injury might even allow him to be gone even longer than expected. Typical Chicago Bulls, bro. That's something that's so frustrating. Just diagnose properly, bro. Every single time there's a diagnosis for the Bulls, it's like, yo, he's out for a couple weeks. Actually, it's worse than we thought. They don't tell you what's going on. If you're a Bulls fan, you're used to this. Patrick Williams, we heard the same exact thing. He ends up missing a year. Zach Lavine, we heard this so many times. Derrick Rose, we heard this. Lonzo Ball, we've been hearing this, bro. That's my rant on that. But now he's out, and what happens when Zach Lavine's out for this, you know, this injury? All we've been hearing prior to the news we heard yesterday is he's on the trade block again. Detroit Pistons were the biggest, you know, type of contender. I'd feel bad for Zach, dog. I don't want Zach to go to, you know, Detroit. Look, man, we haven't been winning with Zach, but Zach's still been killing it. You know, he's the highest scorer Bulls since, like, I don't know, Jordan or something. You know, he has a stat, something like that, right? He has a lot of scoring stats and individual statistics with the Bulls. He made his mark in terms of the statistic books with the Bulls. He didn't get his wins, but at least he was something to look forward to on the squad when we had nothing else going on. You know what I'm trying to say? So I rock with Zach. He gave his heart to Chicago. He played his game. So I don't want him to go to the Pistons. You know, although, you know, next year the Pistons may be pretty solid if they get Cade and Zach and, you know, a solid, you know, big men's core and, you know, a great coach. Maybe they do well, right? But it's not going to happen now. It ain't going to happen now because now Zach is done. Some part of me says that they said, we're going to get you this surgery so you don't play this season, Zach, so you don't get traded this, you know, this current season, and we can evaluate what's going to happen this off season. Look, man, if you're a Bulls fan, it goes either two ways, and I don't know what's going to happen, but it goes two ways. Way number one, which is the most likely situation, Zach Lavine is going to get traded this off season. I just see it happening. I don't think the Bulls are going to get as much back that they initially wanted. I think they wanted picks and some great players and things like that. It ain't going to happen. By the way, if you want Zach traded, you're not going to get Cade. Cade's not coming from Detroit. You know what I'm trying to say? You're gonna get some other people, maybe tier 2, tier 3 players. It's just not gonna happen. That's just what the market is, right? Maybe a first round pick, which would be great, but you're not gonna get a tier 1. That's number one. But most likely, I think Zach is gone this offseason. I think the drama, the back and forth, I think he just wants a new home, a brand new fresh start. I could totally see him going to Philly. I just have a feeling him and Joel Embiid, etc., going to play together. That's just kind of my hunch. The scenario, too, is he stays contingent upon Lonzo Ball getting healthy. Lonzo Ball apparently does not feel the pain that he felt in his knees that allowed him to miss, the past 2 seasons. If Lonzo Ball is healthy and he actually says, I'm playing this season, then I could see our management, which literally has the least amount of trades compared to every single other NBA team out there in the past couple of years, barely any moves, acquisitions, or anything, right? I could see him trying one more year for this experiment, which is literally going to define his career with the Bulls or not. I'm talking about AK, like our GMs, etc., right? If he does decide to keep the core one more time, the DeRozans of the world, the Carusos of the world, the Kobe Whites of the world, and well, he signed. But you know what I'm trying to say? With Zach and Lonzo Ball and trying to repeat what could have been a couple years ago before the injury, I could see him do that. But that would be very, very, very evident that would be his career on the line, right? So either you extend your career by making some big trades and kind of rebuilding, and it's understood that you're going to tank, Or you say, hey, I'm going to double dip and I'm going to go ahead and start Zach Lavine again and a whole full healthy Lonzo Ball, etc., and really make a run for it. That's what it comes down to if you're a Bulls fan. And it's depressing, it's hard, it's scary. Dude, I don't even know anymore, bro. Like, if you're seeing my vibe, I'm not even like, what up, though? Like, it's tough, dude. It's like, I'm happy to see Kobe White do well. It's amazing. But, dude, it's like, I love DeMar so much, too. He's like a boss, bro. He's a straight up bucket for us. But it's like, at some point, when you just decide to rebuild and just build young assets around you, and it doesn't take long to do that. That's the crazy thing, dude. Look at the straight up OKC Thunder, bro. They were just in rebuild mode a year ago. Dude, a straight up year ago, man. They were one of the worst seeds in the West. And now they're top 5? I'm raging, dude. Straight up OGSTG raging, man. I'm going to break my computer right now as I'm getting frustrated and pissed, man. It's tough. It's tough if you're a Bulls fan. Like I said, you're used to it. That doesn't mean I'm not going to lose sleep over it. But it is tough. It is tough. It is really, really tough, man. And I wish Zach a speed recovery. I'm not hating on Zach Lavine. I'm just frustrated as a Bulls fan. And I think that's understandable, bro. I think that's understandable. Listen, this is a censored version. I'm sure there's other Bulls YouTubers, etc., who are a lot more pissed. They're going to be, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be a lot more vocal than me. I'm trying to keep it calm because that's just who I am. But you see me pissed right now, bro. And you don't see that often. And it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating. I think the OKC thing really. And look at the. I mean, like, yeah. Well, look at OKC, dog. They were one of the worst teams in the game, and look where they are now. You know what I'm trying to say? That's how long it could take to rebuild. It doesn't have to take forever. You know, look at. Man, look at the Knicks too, man. They were one of the worst teams. Look where they are now, bro. You just. Let me know what you think about Zach, the Bulls. What are they gonna do? I have no words to say. This literally whole situation made me speechless, which doesn't happen often. Bro, just subscribe to STG Hoops, buddies. At least we got some positive vibes there, dog. I ain't talking about this on that channel right now. I keep it raw here. A little bit more professional there with the little raw too. But, man. What do we do, man? Just get Derrick Rose back. Call it a day. Peace. I'm done. Done with this video.